Look at this poor little guy, man. Look at this poor short man. Who's going to take a notice of him? He's small. He's cowering. He's humble. He doesn't exist. Man, this man doesn't exist. He's not relevant. He's not important. If he says anything, he has no credibility. Nobody's going to pay attention to him. He's out of proportion. He looks so small and pursy. The only thing they'll say in a situation like that is what happened to me many years ago, going back to 1961. It was a Shore Haven club, swimming pool in New York City. And I remember at the dances, one girl threw me down. I asked her and she threw me down. And another one said, leave the poor, pathetic little man, a little boy, a little man, whatever. I was about 17, alone. Imagine a thing like that. This is your Dale Akiki Quasimodo syndrome. I call it the Marty Complex. It's from the great movie with the wonderful Ernest Borgnine in the role of Marty Paletti, Paddy Chayefsky's wonderful drama. And Marty, well, I can recall the old dance halls coming to try to get a dance. And the stags, but then we were called stags. And of course, the little guys, we kept to ourselves. We reinforced each other and we tried to get courage from each other. Many's the time. I remember before I even asked any woman for a dance, I'd go into the bathroom or go someplace private, and I'd do a lot of push-ups to pump up. And I'd do some shadow boxing to pump my courage up and get ready for the rejection. And when a guy like me comes up to ask for a dance, I'm out-proportioned, hideous, ridiculous looking. The women turn me down hard. Hard! Even a fast dance. So these shorties end up dancing by themselves. I used to dance with a chair or take my coat off, take off my jacket and dance with my jacket. I remember very well coming to the dance hall and the fellow that took your tickets there said, Abby, you gonna be a good boy tonight? You gonna be a good boy at the dance hall? You gonna behave yourself? Will you make your mama proud? That's how they mock the little Jewish boys. It was written all over us with our passivity, lack of aggressiveness and assertiveness, and physical picture of weakness and fragility, but mostly passivity. No presence. You're going to be a good boy tonight. Are you going to make your mama proud? I said, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And he took my ticket and he said, and if you do, you're crazy. Because once you entered those dance hall doors, the jocks were really having a great time. They were chatting all the women up, and they were dirty boogieing on the dance floor. And we watched from afar and tried to capture whatever visual memories we could, because we're going to need it later. And work up your courage to ask for a dance and get ready to be rejected. You know your boys will back you up because they're also rejected. And remembering in the old days, you come home from school and the bullies were waiting for you. You had to cross the street on the other side and walk along the wall like a cockroach. And in the classrooms in public school, the bullies showed the fists to little Jewish boys. They showed the fists. I mean, we're going to get you after school. You know, what have I done? I haven't done anything. They didn't like the way I looked. Big head, big face, short, weak. That's all. They needed a good victim, and I was it. They needed somebody to put in pillory, to mock and ridicule and blame everything on. I was it. We're the ones who are called perverts and predators, and we haven't even done anything. The jocks, the cool guys, get away with murder. It was true then, it's certainly true now. Even with the Me Too movement. Why? Very simple. They're more, they look better. Just don't look for a complex answer here. They look better. Don't ever believe the biggest lie ever been told, that women are nurturing, compassionate, and they want a perfect gentleman, a nice guy, a good guy. Don't believe that. It's the biggest lie that's ever been told. The meek shall inherit the earth. The good guy, the elegant, magnificent gentleman should prevail over your brute, obnoxious jock. Don't believe that story. Don't believe that story. Women want the jerk and the asshole who's charismatic, magnetic, but mostly virile. Who has an exciting presence about him. Who can stimulate the woman sexually. It begins with everything's an afterthought to that. Don't let anybody hand you any other malarkey. The rest is a malarkey. Everything's a footnote to that. It's the one that can be exciting, virile, stimulating, magnetic, chat them up real good, and show no fear, no intimidation, no superficial showmanship, respect for the woman. The jocks know how to do it. They know how to position themselves, and they're courteous and polite because they want to get laid. It's just that simple. Now, your short, small man, just the opposite. He's got to be a perfect gentleman just to survive. He must not talk about anything controversial, anything sexual, no pornography, none of that. Or he's out. No woman will tolerate it coming from a guy like me. Got a big moon face, big head, Humpty Dumpty head, big belly, short and dumpy. I'm 5'3.5", and that's all. You have to be well prepared. A lot of hard bark on you to go out in the arena out there. Lots of hard bark. There's no other way to do it. There's no other way to survive. You need a lot of powerful bark on you. And you've got to know your limitations and your vulnerabilities and have them well covered. You got to know who you are out there. And you have to be able to perform on demand, under stress, without knowing any outcome. All you're interested in is taking care of the details right in front of you in the now. You must want what is, not what ought to be or what should be or what's your right by a phony entitlement. None of this means anything. Now, in order to do that, it has to be said, the little shorty's under a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. Don't let anybody kid you going out there. To be credible, to have presence, to be recognized as a human being. This is what I'm talking about. He needs a presence. He needs a lot of hard bark on him. Mostly he's got to be one tough son of a bitch. He's got to be a fighting motherfucker. Strong hands, strong grip, strong arms, strong shoulders, strong back, strong legs. And when he grabs you, you better hang on, not let go, not lose what you're grabbing onto. Because you got to get close to that tall man. You got to break the tall man's biomechanical advantage. You got to hurt him and hurt him fast. And you got to hurt him hard with every single punch. You got to grab him and hold him and make him hurt. Make him feel physical pain as quickly as possible, and also be able to project that into his mind when he looks at you. You can only do that if you drive iron hard and do other physical activities and take up street fighting skills that suit your genetics. And you gotta think tough. You gotta think hard. You gotta think balls to the wall. You gotta think dog down. You gotta recognize reality's one cold, hard motherfucker. Don't let anybody kid you. You need all the hard bark on you can get. You need all the internal toughness you can get. I'm not whistling Dixie out here, but you've got to be tested. You got to be hard tested out in the arena of confrontation and encounter by someone who knows what to look for. Always ask yourself your question: if I make a claim of what I can do physically, how do you know you can do it? Have you ever done it? Has someone who knows what to look for says you can do it? Then I have confidence in you. Otherwise, I'm hearing delusions of grandeur. Very dangerous out there, because someone's going to call your bluff.